on the pattern itself. So this is the first, you'll get a page like this, which will show you what symbol is for each color and the floss number that it corresponds to. I do also print on color so you can see the color. And I just realized there's an error in my pattern because that is not supposed to be there. So when you're looking at the pattern, so most patterns are going to come in multiple pages because they only do print on a 8.5 by 11. So you'll see like this is part of the pattern, and then there are page 3 and page 4 back there as well. So when reading a pattern, you'll have each symbol. You can see the red grid lines. So you've got, that's your start. Or, well, actually, you don't have to start there. You can start directly in the middle, which is what these big black arrows refer to. If you follow the line that they are attached to, that will give you your exact center. If that's where you want to start, what I typically will start by doing when I'm reading off of a paper pattern is I actually will cut the very edges of the white paper like this. Now this is, again, completely optional. You don't have to do this step. If you want to work one sheet at a time, you're certainly welcome to. Whichever makes more sense for you. And then if you look at the second page of the pattern, you've got these two lines at the very left-hand side that are grayed out. They do correspond to the prior page. So you line them up with the symbols on the prior page. Just like that. And then you can take a piece of tape. Please excuse my very janky tape dispenser that only has one side and is now on the floor. Actually, pick that up. Try this again. But so making sure I'm still lined up, and I am just going to tape once down here. And once near the top. And then I have my 2 pages of the top of the pattern done. So now when I look at page 3, it has the same gray lines here at the very top, just the top 2. That's again to line up with that page 1. And then page 4 of the pattern, and this is only a 4-page pattern. Page 4 of the pattern has gray lines on the left and on the upper right, or sorry, upper 2 as well. So I will typically go ahead and once again, I'm going to cut. I'm actually going to end up cutting it here. Cut that bottom part off. And then I'm also, and I wasn't super careful with the bottom, but then I'm also going to cut the side, and I will be super careful to to get right to the edge with my cut here. And then I will do the same for this and kind of cut the bottom half of the paper off, but just the bottom half because I cut it off on the other side. And then did forget to go ahead and cut off the bottom of this page as well, because that's going to help, that's going to interfere with lining up the bottom half. There. So then you have that. And you're going to want to take, and I would do page 3 first. And line that up there. And I always tape the corner where I have the 3 pages kind of coming together first, and then I'll type the outer edge second. And then for the last piece, just line both edges up. And tape. Again, I'm going to go there and apparently lose my tape altogether. Tape out the edge. And then on this one, a little third piece of tape here for bottom. So now you have your completed pattern. Again, you certainly do not have to do that step. You can simply work off of one page at a time and use the grayed outlines to line up with what's stitched. And I found another spot that I will need to correct. Forgive me on that. So this is the grayed out pattern, or the center pattern. So now again, like I said, you could start here at the exact center. Again, counting on your Ada. You'll notice that the pattern did print bigger than the Ada. So this pattern does not take up the entire cloth. It only takes 100 stitches by 100 stitches, which the numbers are marked on the outside edges. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I actually have 14 stitches all the way across, which means that gives me the 2 on either side. So I would count in 2, starting probably at this corner, whichever orientation works for the pattern. This one happens to be a square, so it doesn't really matter which corner I pick as long as it's 2 in on either side. I tend to like to start in the top corner so that I am always working from left to right and down because of the direction in which I typically stitch. That is what works best for me. So that is where I'm going to put my hoop to start. And we'll show you how to hoop next.